Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. This was an actual good episode. Okay, this was an actual good episode. Once in a blue moon, they can pull off a good episode. It's rare, I know. I'm still shocked by it, but let's get into it. So, Rich asked Brooke, "Did you call CPS?" Given everything that Brooke was sitting there talking about. Brooke was like, "No, I didn't do it." Thomas is in the background like, "Nah, she's lying. She did it." So when he hangs up the phone, Rich is like, "Hey, she says she didn't do it." And Thomas is like, "Yo, how you just gonna sit there and believe her? Everything that's been coming out of her mouth, you just gonna sit there and just take her word for it?" And Rich gets angry, but he's not angry because he's like, "Yo, listen, if my wife says she didn't do it, she didn't do it. Point blank." But he apologized because he's just angry and frustrated at the situation. He's like, "Yo, listen, if it's not Brooke, somebody's sitting there attacking our family, and I want answers." Thomas is like, "I know there's a way we can get answers to find out who called CPS on us." The minute that he said that, that was all but a confirmation that I think her name is Felicia. Let me just double check. Yeah, so that was pretty much. I want to make sure I got the name right. So that was pretty much all the confirmation that we needed to know. That when I read the comment about Felicia talking about Thomas being the one that called CPS on himself, and granted, I'm pretty sure it's not just Felicia, but um, that was pretty much confirmation right there. So they call some guy up, and he gets down there, and he's like, Rich is like, "Yo, listen, I want to know who called CPS on our family." And the guy's like, "Yo, man, I can't do this. It's unethical. It's wrong. I can lose my job, this, that, and the third." But they both convince him to do it. He does it. They play the recording. And before he does that, the guy's like, "Yeah, rep. I want to make sure that y'all don't say anything. I can lose my damn job over this." Like, no, you're going to be fine. They play the recording, and it comes up Brooke's voice. It comes up with her voice. And when they say, "Who's the name of this person? Who's calling?" And she actually says Brooke Logan. Or whoever it is says Brooke Logan. At that point, Rich is like, "Logan." And I'm like, wow, Thomas, I gotta give him credit for that one. I gotta give him credit for that one. That's like two birds and one stone. Two birds with one stone. It gets his parents back together, and I don't know, maybe it does something as far as helping him out with the case and everything. I don't know. But the point is, I feel like his plan is working. I give him points for that. Now um at first when Bill called Steffi and Bill was like, "Yo, listen, I'm selling the house in Aspen. But I want to sit there and give you first dibs on it." I couldn't understand why. Like, it just seemed like it was so random. But and this is why I sit there and say this was a good episode. There was a point where Taylor was like, "Yo, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of history repeating ourselves. History repeating itself." And I'm like, "Sweetheart, I'm pretty sure the audience is tired of this history repeating itself. Taylor and Ridge and Brooke and this whole love triangle that's been going on for years." So when she says that, she's like, "Yo, listen, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being the person in the middle. I'm tired of, me feeling like I'm the other woman." I was kind of like, I'm wondering if the audience is kind of clapping because she's literally confirming all the problems or the main problem with Taylor being back in this whole recycle storyline. I've been saying this for a while. I was like, "Yo, listen, I feel so bad for the people who are watching B&B getting this recycled storyline." So when she said that, I was like, okay, maybe once in a while I would sit there and say maybe once in a while they will sit there and listen to the fans, but seeing how they're still going to do that, it's almost like they acknowledged it. It was like, yeah, we know that, this is a recycled storyline, but yeah, we're still going to do it anyway because it's our show, we're number one, and we can do what we want, and we got money, and yada, yada, yada. So for a hot minute, Steph is trying to convince Taylor to not give up on, not give up on Ridge, and you're gonna be happy, and this, that, and the third. Taylor's at this point, she's like, I want to leave LA for a little bit. And, just for a little bit. So Steffi's like, all right, fine. How about you go with me to Aspen? I'll take some time off of work. We'll hang out. You always been there for me. I'll be there for you. And I'm like, we want to sit there and say always there. I do remember that little pill problem that you had. She was nowhere around. Also, you got married and she wasn't around. But sure, for the most part, I'm assuming she was there. It really seemed like she was there when you needed her, but she was somehow there. So, she agrees to go with her to Aspen. So that's, in a way, that's kind of good because I'm going to be honest, I'm just so done with Steffi and her just kind of over it at this point. But at least I understood why Bill caused. I was like, bro, what are you doing here? Brooke is not there talking to Steffi. Brooke is not there talking to Liam about, the fact that somebody called CPS on them. And, Brooke is still with the whole, the knife, he's not to be trusted. He has a bad history. How could he improve so fast? So I was like, Brooke, how can you improve so fast? You've done some really terrible things back in the day. That they trusted you with, I don't know, a company, a job, grandkids. You still have a husband. You want to sit there and start talking about somebody's dirty laundry? Really, Brooke? Really? I haven't even been watching her show that long. And I know that this chick got a long history of stuff that she's done. And yet you constantly want to sit there and bring up Thomas's history every chance that she gets. And of course, Reema's going right along with it because, well, I don't really know why. It just seemed like he's been doing that for a hot minute. And they got history also. So there's that. I feel like that's about it for the most part. But I gotta sit there and say again that I actually enjoyed this episode. There was no filler. There was no, how they have like, 6 people and you usually have like the, one of the two. One of the two is usually the filler. They're just kind of there just to be there. But this episode didn't really have it. It was just Liam and Brooke. Well, let's see. Yeah, Liam, Brooke, Taylor, Steffi, Rich, and Thomas. But to be honest, they weren't actually fillers. I don't know. I'm surprised. I'm like, yo, they actually did a good job today. These things don't they don't come by too often where they actually do a good job. So I'm gonna give them props. I'm giving them props. I would love to sit there and see if they keep up with that, but I don't want to be I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. So I just hope that they keep up this pace. If they keep up this pace, they be in business. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. I'm gonna sit there and try to do my live around 7:30. Hopefully, this thing. I guess we just have to wait and see. I don't know why this thing, because like right now it's like 6:30, and I want to sit there and try to do it at 7:30. 7:40. Okay, we'll sit there and put 7:40. This way, I'll get some time because I want it to be fully charged for an hour. Hopefully an hour will give enough time to sit there and charge. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna sit there and post what time I'm gonna come on live again because I haven't said it in any of my I haven't said it in any of my other reviews. So, yeah. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.